Hey there, it's Real Estate with Kate. I'm Kate Porras at RE/MAX 4000. I have a special guest with me today because we have some important information to share with you. Jennifer Brownell from Land Title is here to talk about how to protect yourself from fraud when it comes to real estate transactions. And I think a lot of people think, this doesn't happen here, not in Mesa County, we're safe. That happens in other parts of the country. But the reality is it does happen here.
It does, yeah.
Everywhere.
Right. Fraud is alive and well, so it's important to know how to protect yourself and keep your property safe. So
there are a couple different frauds that we'll talk about. So one, let's talk about wire fraud first.
Yes, that's a big one.
That is a big one. Can involve hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yes.
So what are people doing?
Yeah, the most common scheme is to hack their way into your email and ghost the transaction. Watch you communicating with your real estate agent, with your lender, and then at some point pretending that they are the title company and asking for you to send money to a different bank account than you might have gotten from the title company originally.
Yeah, so if you're going to send in a wire for earnest money or for your down payment to purchase the home, that's probably the biggest one.
Yes.
That's what they're looking for.
Right, and so it's just really important that you only take wiring instructions from a reliable source. You want an email that came encrypted, and you always want to verify by calling a known number. So you hopefully will get your title company's information at the very beginning of the transaction, and then you want to call that number and speak to them directly to verify the wiring instructions.
An actual voice-to-voice call.
Yes, we love it.
Exactly. They want you to call them and have that conversation, just so that they know that you're sending it, and they'll know to look for it.
Correct.
And also that you have the correct wiring instructions. Because these fraudsters, they look legitimate. Some of these emails, you can't hardly tell the difference unless you really know what to look for.
Yes, and they are screenshotting our signature line, so it has your closer's signature line, it has her picture, so it's very convincing, it's very easy to be fooled, and the key is just verify.
Yeah.
Do call the company directly and make sure that you've got the correct instructions before sending any money.
Good old-fashioned phone call.
I know.
Who knew?
Right. It's still a people business.
It is still a people business, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, another one that we see even here in Mesa County is title fraud.
Yes.
What does that mean? Explain that.
So the fraudsters now are looking for properties. They're typically vacant land. They're free and clear, meaning they do not have a payoff that needs to be made.
No loan on it.
Right, no loan. And those are the most common that they look for to transfer fraudulently into their name, and then they look to sell.
How do they do that? How do they transfer it into their name?
Well, they usually get the help of a notary public that's in on it with them, and they
another fraudster.
Yes,
with them.
exactly. They've got help. They've got a partnership, so they get someone to notarize a deed that puts them in title. So
and they record that with the county.
They record that with the county. The county doesn't do any verification, so anything that you want recorded just gets recorded. So
it's a big deal.
It is a very big deal.
So what happens after that? They record this deed with the county, and then what happens?
Yes, so they often list the property for sale. Sometimes they don't even record a deed in their name. They just list it for sale and pretend like they are the seller and provide fake documentation to show that I'm this seller that owns this property already, and they list it with an agent or sell it for sale by owner, right, privately. And then the real stopping point is, again, the title companies really need to make sure that we're watching for that kind of fraud and we're getting verification and identification for the seller.
So I know even as real estate agents, we've been trained to really be on the lookout for these types of situations. Sometimes we'll get a call and it's someone saying that they live in another country, they're trying, or another part of our country even too, but they can't come here in person, they can't meet in person, they want to do everything online, and that's a red flag.
Yes.
Of like, hey, if you can't, I want to see who you are, I need to know who you are for sure before I'm going to put your property up for sale.
And a driver's license is not enough. They fake those too.
Yeah, they can make those too.
Right. So as a title company, what we require is a seller cannot use their own notary. We require you, if you're going to sign remotely, you have to work through one of our notary platforms to do that so that there's proper verification of that seller's identity.
How much have you seen be lost or stolen or at least attempted?
Well, In Colorado, we've seen $1 million property that ended up, that money from the sale did end up with the fraudsters. So we have successfully thwarted several attempts here in Mesa County, and that's just been.
You have to be just really diligent.
Yes, right.
And talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Exactly.
Or more.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's one of the best ways to protect yourself from this kind of fraud is to sign up for property alerts. They're free through Mesa County, and you can put your property address and your email address in, and the county will notify you if anything gets recorded against your property.
Yep.
So it doesn't stop the fraud from happening, but it alerts you right away so that you can promptly take action.
And I'm sure that the sooner you take action, the easier it is to hopefully get it figured out and
Correct.
back into your name.
Yes, exactly. And before someone would take a loan out against the property, that's when it gets really tricky.
I bet. Great information. Jennifer, if people have more questions, how can they get a hold of you?
Yes, we'd love to have you call Land Title. Our local number is 970-245-0550. And we'd love to have you call and talk to us about it. We're happy to help.
Like you said, it's still a people business.
It is,
so
absolutely.
Have that good old phone call, good
Right.
conversation.
Yes.
Jennifer, thanks so much. And if you have any questions for me, I'd love to help. 970-985-8555.